Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.thebeautyinspirit.com. I hope you guys are having a really good week. I want to begin this video like I do most of my monthly reading videos, which is to say a big thank you to all of you guys. I'm so grateful, and I'm always saying thank you because of the fact that I am very grateful for your contributions. I'm so grateful for when you comment, rate, subscribe, anything that you do in terms of my channel, because me being a tarot reader, I know is a part of my life purpose, and I know that it makes me feel so fulfilled being able to make these videos for you guys and to be able to do personal readings and stuff like that. And so I feel like I wouldn't be feeling as happy as I am now in my life right now if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. And another thing I wanted to ask you guys is whether you are okay with like the times that I make these videos, because right now I'm making them more towards the ending of the month, and I do it towards the ending, and then that reading is for the month that follows. And so I was thinking maybe I should do the readings a bit earlier versus then doing them more towards the end. Tell me how you feel about that, and yeah, just comment and let me know. So I'm going to be starting off with Libras. How you guys doing? How you doing, Libras? And yeah, I'm going to be doing your professional life first, then your personal life, then your spiritual life, and then I'll pull a soul coaching oracle card. I'm always holding this thing upside down for you to serve as your advice card for the month. So when it comes to your professional life, Libra, what I'm seeing for you is that you want to progress. For some of you guys, it might be that you recently started a new job, like maybe like a month or so prior, and you want that to be able to grow into something more. Or you might have started your own business and you want that to develop into something more. But what I'm seeing is it's like you really are thinking, okay, how can I take this thing to the next level? And it's saying that you have the power and you have the ability to do exactly that this month. So whatever you started off with, like in previous months, this month in November, you can take it to even higher level. Like you can take it to that next stage, which is what you really want. So because it's saying that you have that manifestation ability, the universe is supporting you. So because of it, you can use the law of attraction, you can use the law of intention to really put out there what it is that you really desire in your work this month, and it can actually come into fruition. This card showed me that you have the know-how, you have the skill, you have the ability to be able to create what it is that you desire. So really, go for it. Use that energy, take advantage of it. And it's a good time as well, not only to just put out the intention and do the whole spiritual side of the law of attraction and stuff like that, but I think things manifest to you even quicker when not only are you like writing it down and making it happen and all that other stuff, but when you are also putting something into action, taking steps forward. So this is a good time to be able to sit down and kind of write out, okay, this is what I want to do, and then from there you can put those things into practice, and then you can see it happen, and you can progress that way. So that's for your work. When it comes to your relationships, I feel like you are in a, like, for those of you that are in a relationship, it's like you are really wanting to see a future in this relationship, but right now you may be uncertain of what the future holds for it. It might be a relationship where things progressed really quickly. I feel like for some of you, this might be a relationship that was more in like the early stages, but things progressed fast, and now you're kind of like, where do we go from here? It's like that kind of thing. For some of you guys, it might even be a relationship that was quite light-hearted. It was a relationship where maybe you guys were just having a whole bunch of fun, and it might have been quite a physical relationship, but there might have been some feelings in there too, but it might have been more of a fun relationship. And it's like now you're thinking, what do we do now? Like, I am actually searching for something more than just this. And so because of that, you might be looking at this relationship in a different way, in a different perspective. Like I said, it's moving from what was maybe a more light-hearted energy to now you're thinking, do you know what? I actually want something that is serious. Like, it's that kind of shift that is taking place. And it's like, you really want to know, okay, where is this thing going? But right now you're kind of uncertain. It might even be a time where you retreat a bit more from this person that you're with, and you might be really contemplating, okay, what is it that I really want? What am I really going for right now? It's sort of like a time where you might be more like, you might be more just going within, like soul searching. That's kind of what I'm seeing in this card. Is like, to me, I think you're doing your own, you're doing your own soul searching, and because you're soul searching, you are now wanting to sort of express, or you maybe not right now, but you will be to a point wanting to express what it is that you really are wanting, because now you're searching for those answers in yourself. You're searching for, okay, if we're going to move this to the next level, okay, what am I looking for? What am I wanting? And then now you're kind of contemplating it and thinking of it within yourself to later on say to this person, okay, this is what I want. And then you can see, okay, are they on the same page? Are they not on the same page? But it's almost like you have to discover within yourself right now what it is that you are looking for and be clear on that before you can really go to that person and say, okay, this is what I want. If you are single, let's see what cards are coming up for you. If you are single, you might be experiencing a love situation. Well, that's surprising. Libra, sign of relationships. But it's almost like saying that a love situation might even come back to you. Something that may have ended might be transformed. You might get back with an ex. Some of you guys that are single, but it's almost like a situation that sort of ended with a heartbreak, or might have ended quite difficultly, um is now going to be transformed into a revived relationship, or feelings coming back um for this person. So okay, when it comes to your spiritual cards, oh, I like your cards. There's big things going on for you on a spiritual level. Fate and destiny is sort of playing its part for you on a spiritual level. And it's saying that you can really come into a place of healing, which is great. Healing, really connecting with somebody else, like you and somebody else merging together. It can mean that in a relationship, maybe even though you're contemplating all these things about this relationship, or even those of you that are single and getting back potentially with somebody from the past, it can mean that things are healed. There's no animosity between you and somebody else anymore. um it can be a case of you becoming, it's like you are desiring to become one with someone else. I think that's why in those first cards, for those of you that are in a relationship, you are now really contemplating the future of a relationship, because you want to be one with someone. You want to be one and connected, like on a soul level. You're not looking for something that is just strictly, okay, this is fun. It's like you may want that at the in the moment, but then I feel like there's more to this situation. You're really looking for, okay, my other half. And it's saying also, on a spiritual level, you want to experience new experiences. Like, I think that what might actually be really good for you in November is to go places you've never been before. um Communicate with other types of people, maybe people of different cultures, different backgrounds. If you can't exactly travel to a different country, it might be, like I said, just good to communicate with different types of people. You might even find that you're communicating even more on the computer with different types of people as well. So it's really sort of an energy that is coming in to expand you in some kind of way. For one, that for your spiritual cards, there's a healing energy, and there's a growth and expansion kind of energy through lessons that you've learned in the past, and now you're able to take what you've learned from those lessons and be able to maybe enjoy some new experiences now, almost as a gift to yourself. So that is really nice. And the soul coaching oracle card that is coming up for you is surrender. Ooh, I like this. All is well. I surrender to my inner guidance. Surrender. This is an interesting card, because the way I was reading one of the cards, I feel like this card is connecting with it, but is coming through with a different type of message to support it. I feel like it's saying, when it comes to a relationship situation and you want a future in that relationship, it's saying maybe don't push. Don't push for where things are going to go, how things are going to be. It might be saying that if you're with somebody and right now that person is making you happy, go with that happiness, follow the happiness, and don't worry so much about the future of things, because it's almost like the future will see for itself. But enjoy the moment, enjoy the now of the experience. Surrender, give yourself over to the experience, and then you get the most joy. And this can also connect with your spiritual cards too. Giving yourself over, surrendering is a process of releasing. And when we release, we can relax, because we're not holding on. We're not trying to understand something. We're not trying to force something that isn't supposed to happen or isn't supposed to be. So surrender to the moment and enjoy everything for what it is. So yes, that's the Libra reading. Pretty nice reading. And now I'm going to move on to the Geminis. And Geminis, I want to say a big thank you to every single person that is watching this video. Thank you so much. And I also wanted to ask, if you didn't see my introduction part of this video, whether you want me to continue making these videos towards the ending of the month like I have been, or whether you want me to make the videos a bit earlier. So just let me know how you feel about that. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, just like I usually do, focusing on your professional life, personal life, and your spiritual life. And I'll also pick a soul coaching oracle card for you to serve as your advice card for this month. So let's shuffle up for you, Gemini, and then we can pick a card and see what is coming to you this month. Okay. Okay. Dokie. All right. Starting off with your professional life, I'm seeing that there is an upheaval that you're going to be going through when it comes to your work. I feel like there's going to be a disagreement between you and a co-worker, or you and somebody you work alongside. And it's almost like you're going through a process of challenge. You're trying to get through it. You're trying to still do your job. You're trying to still work and move up. Not only move up, but you're trying to get through the workload. But there's something that is challenging it. It's making it difficult for you to do what you need to do. And then you might decide that maybe it's a person that is giving you this. Maybe it's that's causing this issue. I mean, it could be somebody that is causing you this problem, or it could be even someone that might be mounting all this work on you, and you're finding it difficult to get through it all. And it's almost like you and this person may have an issue with each other. If you decide to address it with this individual, it could turn into an argument, because you might be feeling, maybe you feel like you're being unfairly treated. Maybe if you're feeling like your voice isn't being heard. And so it's like, when you try to express yourself, now you and this person are having an issue with each other. So it could be some like confrontations going on in your work. Gemini. When it comes to your relationships, what I'm seeing for you, which is interesting because a card that showed up for you last month also showed up again this month. So maybe it's a similar kind of energy. Last month I remember saying that I felt that there might be a retreating away. A partner might be retreating away from you, or you might be retreating away from a partner. And again, there's still that similar kind of energy. But what it's almost saying to me is that you are following your emotions when it comes to relationship. You're letting your emotions guide you, and you're kind of like, you may not be exactly knowing where your emotions are taking you, but you're trusting it. And I think in a relationship, I feel like that is a really good sign. I feel like when obviously a relationship is all about feelings, it's all about how you connect with this person, how this person connects with you. And it is important to trust how we feel, because that is essentially what keeps us either together with someone or that separates us from someone. And so it's almost like you are not going to be afraid to make any kind of choices or decisions in relationships, because you are just going to be so reliant on your intuition and your emotions to kind of guide you, that you're just kind of going along with the flow of things. But even with going along with the flow of things, it's saying that there still might be a bit of you like retreating away. Maybe this retreating away has to do with how you are feeling. Maybe that is what feels right to you. Maybe even though you're in a relationship, you just need a bit of time for yourself. That's what it could be as well. So it might not necessarily be that you're distancing yourself from someone, but maybe you just need a bit of time to kind of chill out and kind of get your own thoughts together, and just kind of have your own free time. To me, that's how I'm kind of seeing it for you, Gemini, in November. If you are single, on the other hand, you might be actually it's kind of like you might be experiencing something new when it comes to relationship. It could even be a relationship could come in. It could be a situation where you might be traveling or doing something new, something you haven't done before, and then you meet somebody. There's some kind of new beginning in a relationship that can appear for you, and everything feels very new, very, very new. The cards that show up are like very beginning stage cards. So, but it's almost like you're open to someone coming to you. Maybe you almost want someone to come to you. You're like, okay, let me just see how things go, let me put myself out there, let me do something different than what I'm used to. And then all of a sudden love seems to come through, or a message of love comes through. So that's really pleasant. So the next cards that represent your spirituality, let me bring this thing back a bit because I feel like it's getting darker and darker in here. Okay. Your spirituality cards are saying that there's a sense of determination that you possess this month, sense of drive. As I feel like, especially when I look at your work cards, it's like you know that you are an authority in your life. You know who you are, and you will stand up for what you believe in, what is best for you. And I think that's probably where this sort of disagreement comes from when it comes to your work. It's like you know what you're worth, you know who you are, and you're prepared to argue your point if you need to argue it. And it could mean that there might be there you know there your tempers might might flare because of it. But you have a very determined energy this month, and I feel like you're not going to take no for an answer. And I think how this ties in spiritually is that same thing. Like, you know what you're worth. You know, you you have this energy, and you know how you want to channel it. And because you're channeling it in a way that is conducive to you, someone else may have an issue with it. That's how it might play out. But you're very bullheaded. Like, it's even like a stubborn kind of energy that you may be dealing with. But yeah, it's not terrible. But it's just that other people might be a bit like, I don't like that. I don't like this energy that you have right now. So, okay. The card serves your advice card. That's interesting. Light. My light radiates through my life and the world around me. The reason why I said this is interesting is because this card to me connects with one of the other tarot cards that came up for you, because I could feel, especially when I was talking about you having this energy of really being an authority and being determined and everything. I feel like when you look at this woman in this card, she's reaching for the sun. You know, she's on this ladder, and the ladder doesn't look very secure, but she's still reaching up for what she wants. She's reaching up to that goal, which is the sun. And the sun is all about positivity, happiness, joy. And it feels like that is what you're trying to reach for. You're trying to reach for something that makes you feel happy, makes you feel good. And I think also when it comes to the what showed up in the work with the confrontation, um and then also what showed up in your relationships, letting your emotions guide you, retreating away because that's probably what you may feel is best for you to do. It's almost like it's saying that this is a month where you know what you want, and you're looking to gain that sense of fulfillment in your life through doing what it is that can make you happy this month. But it's almost like that is being challenged, maybe by other people. And what could be happening here is that you are so determined that you're going to get what you want, regardless of what other people do, regardless of the challenge, that that's all you can see. It's like your eyes is on the prize this month, and no one's gonna distract you or get you off that path of getting to what you want, which is that happiness. So, yo, that's interesting. Nice card. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to Aquarius. Aquarius. Yes. Let's see what is gonna come up for you. Okay, and if you didn't see my introduction video, I want to say a big thank you to all of you guys. And I also want to ask you whether I'm doing my videos towards the ending of the month. I wanted to know if you guys are okay with that, or whether you would prefer it for me to make the monthly astrology videos more earlier in the month. I don't know, just to see how you feel about that change, because it's something I've been thinking about. So comment below and tell me if it's okay to keep it as it is, or whether you want to see these videos earlier. So, okay, Aquarius, let's see what is coming up for you. I'm gonna pull some cards to reflect your personal life, your private life, and your spiritual life, and then I'm also going to pull a soul coaching oracle card for you to serve as your advice card for the month of November. Now, what I'm seeing for you when it comes to your work is that you are birthing something new, you are creating something, you have a very creative kind of energy about you. This can be a nurturing energy, even like a caring kind of energy. So when I think of like nurturing and caring energy is, to me, it's like this month when it comes to your work, you are nurturing something. You're nurturing something that you have created for yourself, something that you have brought in for yourself. So what this is saying to me is that when it comes to the work that you do, it could be that for some, it might be that you work in a field where you have to be quite creative, and that creative energy that is flowing in this month is really going to be beneficial to you. For some of you, it could be saying that you're trying to birth something new this month, and you want to nurture it for it to grow and develop into something maybe that can be even more profitable for you. It also is a card that reflects abundance. So I'm also feeling like the work that you're doing right now more than likely is going to be something that makes you feel abundant. Maybe because and abundance doesn't always have to do with money, but it can just do with doing something that just makes you feel really really like, yeah, like I'm pleased with what I'm doing. I'm pleased with the work that I do. And it can even be even more than that. It may be a job where you just really feel that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. So that's why I can feel abundant, because I can feel like this job that I do is giving me more than just a paycheck, but it's giving me a sense of fulfillment that makes me feel abundant in what I'm doing, and in my life, like in general. And it's also being paired, though, this creative energy is also being paired with a determined energy, a more serious energy when it comes to your work and what you are creating this month. It To me, it's saying that you are really going to be inserting a lot of energy into what it is that you're doing. You have you it's like you know what it is that you're trying to do. It's like you're organized, you're structured in your work, you're precise with the work that you do, you're taking it really seriously. Yeah, this is something that you have brought in, you have birthed it, you've created it, but now it's like you're imposing that sense of hard work, determination, organization to what it is that you're doing in order to get a certain result. um but I like that energy together, because the both of the energies together, it balances itself out. And that means that you can it's like you have all the components to bring together something that can be successful, because you've got the creative energy, but you still have the more practical, structured energy to pair together. Because sometimes creative energy, it doesn't really have much structure to it. If you look at people that are like artists and stuff like that, usually, they just it usually comes from, how they feel and what they project. And but then what I'm seeing in these cards is that there's a creative side, but there's also a more structured, organized side to it as well. So together you can bring it together and really form something where if this is a business, you can see some results, some positive results. And but I'm feeling like when I look at these cards, I am really feeling like they're speaking to somebody that owns their own business, um more than anything, or someone that works in a field that involves being very creative in what they do. um it's like that kind of, that's what's coming through. When it comes to your relationships, this is very interesting. When it comes to your relationships, I'm kind of seeing that there's two sort of conflicting elements coming together. And let me take a third card to kind of see. Do you know what I am seeing that is a pattern in your cards, is that there's quite a lot of people in your cards. So this might be a month that is a lot about other people. You might actually be spending a lot of time with other people, or other people might be quite influential to you when it comes to your life in the month of November. When I look at a relationship, it's saying that a relationship could actually be going quite well or doing quite well. The only thing is that the only reason I say there was like conflicting energies is that I think possibly you and somebody else, the person you're with, you might be actually quite different to them, and it's sort of a case of sort of balancing the energies between the two of you. But it seems that you'll be successful in balancing the energies. I think it's almost like you're different, but both of you can appreciate each other's differences, and it's almost like a relationship is definitely showing signs of passion, and is definitely showing the sort of this lovely emotional connection between you and somebody else. So it's kind of showing that the elements are all there for something that actually is quite nice, even though it might be quite different, that the two of you might be quite different, but it's almost like you are finding ways to sort of complement each other. And yeah, and it's a positive, it's good. When it comes to your spirituality cards, it's saying that now is the time to retreat more within yourself. I feel like you might be feeling a bit more like, okay, spiritually, it's like you may have been experiencing a upheaval. You may have gone through a process where you experience a lot of upheaval, but I feel like this month is a time where you kind of get a break from the upheavals, which is really positive. It's like I feel like relationships can be promising. I feel like your work can even be quite promising. And with that being said, it's almost like a month, which is which I'm laughing because of the something that came into my mind in terms of like looking at these cards. But it's almost like a month where the universe says, you know what, you can have a bit of a break from the upheavals this month. We'll give you a bit of a break. We won't challenge you too hard this month spiritually. So you're gonna and I think that's a good thing. And I think if anything does show up to challenge you in any kind of way, it's saying that I feel that you're going to be able to deal with it a bit better. You're going to know that, you know what, I'm not going to engage in anything that is just going to be, that is going to present itself. I'm just going to kind of retreat more into myself, do what's best for me, and we can kind of go from there. But I feel like generally for like the most of you Aquarians, I don't think there'll be any real upheavals. I think this would be a month that will it will go more smoothly than previous months may have. So that's positive. And then I'll pick a card for you, an oracle card, and it says Awakening. Oh, I like that one. Awakening. And it says, I am joyously awake and aware and ready for anything. Yes, so you're ready. And to me, this card is so positive. Like, she just looks so happy and so free, and she's running through the field and just having a great time. And I feel like what it's saying in this awakening is that it's showing you that you can have fun this month. Things can be light-hearted this month. Challenges don't have to bother you this month at all. And you can just be happier within yourself and what is going on in your life in general. Focus on the joy. Like, to me, I'm really focused on these words, awake and aware. To me, the idea of being awake is meaning that you're seeing the truth out, you're seeing the truth of situations, the truth of things. When you experience an awakening, it's because before you couldn't see something, now you can. So maybe what you can see now is that you can see that you can be joyful in your life. You can see now that, you know, there's things in my life that I can really be pleased about, I can really be happy about and really enjoy and feel a bit more free. So there you go. Thank you so much, you guys. I'll see you. Bye.